finale of the season 8 of The Enthusiast. Welcome to The Enthusiast, everyone. If you're watching this on the live stream, if you're watching this on the replay, welcome all to the season 8 of The Enthusiast, the finale, episode 11, and let's get into this week's comic book review. This week's comic book news. Imagine me doing a comic book review. I don't think that would be The Enthusiast. Okay, we've got, in this week's episode of The Enthusiast, new Phantom web comic wraps up and so much more in this week's episode. In this week's live Season 8 finale at the Phantom Cave Reviews Studios. And as always, few publications will be and have announced when their first comic book will be coming out in 2026. The first issue will be coming out on the 8th of January and will feature stories The Goggle Eye Pirates and The Return. We first got word of the new comic book coming out in 2026 via the Christmas special, and we're going to have a look at the announcement inside the Christmas special. Look at that announcement. It's so good. Look at it. And I really do think it's a great way to have a full color special to start the year. And the last few years, it has become a regular thing for the first comic, New Year's special, as everyone may know, it is called by that, to be in color. And it's a really great initiative that the few publications has kept on doing. And it's really, really good to see it's still coming out every single year. And coming up on this week's show, we've got the publisher's news. New Phantom web comic wraps up in 2025. Past 5 Christmas special covers from few publications. We're going to have a look at that on the Phantom Cave Reviews live season finale. If you haven't already done, it's the live season finale of The Enthusiast Season 8. So let's get into it. In this week's Phantom Publishers News, during the late part of this year, Phantom fans may have noticed that there was a new Phantom webcomic coming out weekly. The new webcomic featured a refreshing look on our character with the 2040 Phantom version. I was also quite surprised when I saw it because I thought I had seen images before and I'd seen pictures before, and I really just thought, oh, this looks like a fan art work. This doesn't actually look like it's a real series, but it is. And we're going to have a look at some of the images from the series up on your screen right now, not on the live stream, but in the short form content afterwards. And also, but I thought it was a fan's interpretation, as I said, of what the 2040 Phantom should look like. But so I hadn't really paid much attention to it. And then I saw it again and again and again. And maybe this isn't fan art after all, but an actual story. And it is. And it ended up being an actual story, if you could really tell. It was an actual story. The story has been going since the 24th of September and has reached its end for this year. The webcomic will resume in 2026. The story is written by Alex Segura and Michael Moretzi, with art by George Cambadias and John Amor. Another thing to note is each week we have seen 9 episodes from this series, which include week 1 we saw Ghost in the Machine, week 2 we saw Fallen Star, week 3 We saw Ghost Jungle, week 4. We saw the Heir Apparent, part of the storyline. Week 5, we saw Stolen Legacy. Week 6, we saw Unmasked. Week 7, we saw Borderlands. Week 8, we saw The Phantom We Need. And the final week, we saw Wasteland Justice. The last page of the comic for this year, and it will be shown up on the screen right now, but not on the live stream, on the short form content. The last page of the comic for this year ends with Happy Holidays from Team 2040. See you in January. And I think it's just a great idea to have something fresh that we're not always having a look. Phantom fans aren't always having a look, especially me. I get when you keep having a look at the dailies and you keep having a look at the Sundays, you get a little bit, I wish there was something else. I wish there was more for the Phantom readers, and especially a fan of the Phantom, to read. And before this, there wasn't that much to read, as long as if you read the Phantom comics, and that kept your Phantom, like your Phantom urge at bay, so it didn't get to extreme levels. But now we have this 2040 character web comic book series, and I do hope it is one. I do hope, with the wonder of this, if this is a fresh take on the Phantom 2040 character, could spark more discussions around TV shows and movies optioned on the Phantom. We can hope, but will it actually happen? We'll just have to watch this space and wait to see. Just seeing something other than the dailies, as I said before, and the Sundays has been good, and shows that KFS, King Features Syndicate, does want to do things with their characters. It shows that, we should be doing something. We should be keeping these characters busy. We should be supplying something to fans who have been supporting us for, could be 40 years, could be 30 years, could be 20 years, could be 10 years like me, could be 80 years for all those like real high level collectors that have big collections and can remember stuff from the 20th century. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. And I think it's really great. And what is even greater is that you can now watch my show, The Enthusiast, everywhere. It is all across the globe. It is everywhere. It is everywhere. The Enthusiast, where the passion for the Phantom, if you can't already tell, doesn't waver. New episodes weekly on Tuesdays, and I will also be putting a link to the podcast in the description down below. Another ad. Is it another ad? I don't know. Could it? Maybe it is. And you can now get 14% off on all things Hermes Press with the code Enthusiast2022, all in one word. Maybe it is. Whether you are looking for something new to read on a hard afternoon after hard day's work, you can clearly see that I've been working hard today. If you already don't know this, I've been working on videos. I've been editing stuff. I've been creating scripts. I've been doing a lot today. So I've been working hard. And you can always get 14% off if you're working hard. 14% off is pretty good. It is really good. And with the code Enthusiast2022, and you can always find something for you, maybe an after Christmas present for you or someone else at Hermes Press. Really good, Brad. Good job. Okay, we now have the past 5 Christmas covers from few publications. A new segment, Christmas themed, of course. This week on The Enthusiast, we are getting into our Christmas spirits with having a new look at the past 5 Christmas covers from few publications, including this year's cover, which is just here. Of course, it's convenient. I was talking about it earlier, and there will be 5 other covers up on the short form content later on, after this live stream's on and finished, we won't be showing the covers obviously on the live stream. We'll be showing them on the short form content. And some of these Christmas themed covers have been really, really cool. They've been really, really good. Because one thing that I've noticed with looking back at the recent covers, and you can see them up on the screen, you can see them over here, you can see them over here, you can see them over here. It's so good. They have just looked every bit of Christmas. And now sometimes, even before then, and some of the other covers that we've seen, they don't really look like they are meant to be a Christmas cover. And especially before the new Team Phantom, New Few crew came into fruition and started publishing stuff about the Phantom, we didn't really see many covers that spoke and mentioned Christmas. It just didn't happen. And it just didn't look like a Christmas cover to me. And I've looked at other Christmas specials before 2016 and 2015, 2014, and even before then, it just didn't look like Christmas. It just didn't look like a cover that was meant to be a Christmas cover. And there's some of the examples up on the screen right now of some of the covers that I might be talking about before 2016. And after all this, they are some of the great Christmas covers from the last 5 years. And I can't believe how good they have been. Like the last two, Alex Tripp last year and then Alex Tripp again this year, have been really, really awesome. Especially last year's cover where you saw Santa and he was on the sleigh and he was going, I'm going to go visit some Christmas people and deliver some Christmas presents. Yeah. It was really, really cool. And this year's cover from the Christmas special looks even really, really awesome as well. I also want to wish everyone out there on YouTube land, when you're watching this on the replay, I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope you have had the biggest and bestest of years from 2025, and I hope to see you in 2026. I just want to wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year again, and I hope you have enjoyed Phantom Cave reviews this year, because I enjoy talking about the Phantom. I really, really enjoy talking about the Phantom. I wouldn't be reading Phantom comics regularly if I didn't like talking about the Phantom. And I still cannot believe there are so many people out in the world that are fellow Phantom fans out there in the world who love the Phantom as much as I do. If you can't already tell the enthusiasm about the Phantom all around this room, out in the back there, across here, it's all about the Phantom. If you cannot already tell, I have a lot of enthusiasm about this character, and it's really, really cool. Just reading stories and looking at covers that I haven't even seen before, it gets that level of enthusiasm down here to all the way over here and skyrocketing up to the moon. It's so good. It's so good. Thank you, and we will see you. You'll see me back next year in 2026, and I wasn't going to do this, but if you want to, you can. Subscribe to see more great videos from Phantom Cave Reviews. It's up to you. It helps. But that's not the only reason why we do this. We love talking about the Phantom. It's a really, really cool character, as I've said before. And as always, thank you. And this was the season 8 live season finale, season 8 of The Enthusiast. I thank you, everyone. I want to thank everyone for all their support throughout the year with this season 8 of The Enthusiast. And I couldn't do it without you. I would not be able to do this. I could, but it wouldn't be the same. And anyways, thank you. Thank you for making this, I guess, worthwhile, but that's not the reason why we do this. And I will see you next year with a newer season of The Enthusiast. Season 9. How good? We're going to get there. We are going to get there. Bye.